How's everybody doing today? So the past month, I've been really trying hard to work on my manifestation and meditations and stuff like that. And I've been getting blocked a lot, even though I've been making the videos. I've been actively thinking it, practicing my practices, and I was feeling ill, and I wasn't making much progress. Like it felt like something was holding me back a little bit. And today I woke up and I felt a lot different. And I was racking my brain. I'm thinking, it's like, okay, what's going on? Because the stuff that I'm doing is I'm doing all the right practices, and I'm just not having much energy and not making much headway and stuff like that. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up the zodiac, because sometimes there's like just unexplainable things. Like everything we do in spiritual journeys is almost unexplainable, but there's like other forces in the works that are like at this moment a little bit more powerful than you, and you're being affected by these energies. So I said, I'm just gonna look up the zodiac just to see what's going on. Where Because this is affecting me a lot, and it shouldn't be affecting me this much. So sure enough, I look it up. It's like, oh, we just cycled through Mercury retrograde. I'm like, I'm one of those people that are affected by Mercury retrograde a lot. I don't know why. I think Mercury retrograde affects a lot of very spiritual people more so than most. Just because it's a shifting energy that kind of like holds you back a little bit to test you. I think because like things happen during Mercury retrograde. You'll have like mechanical failures, whether it be like your faucet breaks in your house, or you have a car problem, or you're having like relationship issues, like these little problems that need to be fixed come up during Mercury retrograde. Now I don't follow the zodiac like I'm not an avid, oh, I check astrology every day, every month, da da da. I know a lot about it as far as like your birth signs and stuff like that. And we were shifting into a phase into moon. Oh, gosh, sorry, I should have looked it up before I did the video. But there's a new phase into Aquarius this year, and not only are we in a spiritual massive Aquarius phase in universally, but there's also a new new moon phase into Aquarius as well, which amplifies that spiritual energy. So we're like, I woke up today and I'm like, man, something's changed, because I woke up differently than I normally do. I'm like, I don't feel as down and as like depressed as I was before this past month. And I woke up, even though the things that were going on were still there, I had kind of like a positive outlook on it than I normally do. And yeah, I looked up and said, oh, we just ended Mercury retrograde. I'm like, that's why. So if you're one of those people that are affected by Mercury retrograde a lot, just know that you kind of have to like struggle. Like what I do is I kind of like struggle through it and wait for it to be over, and then like hit it hard after that, because it's like a time you have to just sit back and let things play out, basically. And then once they're over, then they can tackle head on once again. Even though you may be into like a really optimistic, positive cycle where like, oh, I gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving, take action, meditate, da da da. Well, that's fine and all, but just know that the limiter is gonna be on the throttle. You're trying to press the throttle, and the engine just keeps cutting off. That's kind of how Mercury retrograde is for some of us spiritual individuals. And I just wanted to say that, because you could come back and say, Brandon, I'm doing all these practices, I'm not making any headway. What's going on? Well, is Mercury in retrograde? Because it affects me. And it's one of those few things that I follow on the zodiac besides like the birth months, because it always in the past has affected me a lot. Even before I was like every day head into spiritual practices, I always kind of knew Mercury retrograde was affecting me, even since I was really young. And it's kind of like this dark shadow over the spiritual world. Oh, Mercury retrograde, it's dark and it causes problems, and relationships break up and stuff like that during that time, and you don't want to make any sales decisions or buy buy a car around in that time, because it'll be a bad decision, or you might like land up buying a lemon on accident. Yes, there's a dark shadow over it, but if you have an understanding and know what it is, then you can just like sit back and wait for it to be over. And then, okay, we've moved through it. I survived. Hit it hard after that. And it's affected a lot of, like, even the weather was really strange during that time. So that's when you got to figure, like, okay, we just got to ride out the storm a little bit, and then we'll be smooth sailings with a light breeze on flat water after that, and we can just like make a lot of progress and be calm. But that's all I wanted to say about it. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching my videos, and have a nice day.